Jo, da sind wir wieder bei Genshin Impact. Lange ist es her. Und doch wiedererkannt. Die Main Quest geht weiter. Ihr wolltet es so. Dann machen wir es so. Dann gucken wir uns mal die Main Quest an. Erstmal hier meine kleine Krawatte richten. So. Jetzt habe ich auch wieder meine Hände frei. Ja, wo führt uns die Main Quest hin? Wir haben ja einiges. Heimkehr des Kranichs mit dem Wind. Zwischenkapikel. Dachte, das hier wird ein, na gut. Dann, Zwischenkapitel. Meinetwegen. Ich weiß nicht, wie viel von der Main Quest ich mittlerweile schon links liegen gelassen habe. Dementsprechend schauen wir einfach mal rein. Freuen wir uns einen Keks, dass wir denn auch endlich eine neue Main Quest haben. Das ist ja super. Gefühlt dauert es ja immer Jahre, bis eine neue Main Quest rauskommt. Aber dafür hat man halt eben theoretisch unglaublich viele Möglichkeiten, Sidequests zu machen. Oh, guck mal, eine Kiste. Kommen die auf einmal her?
The more the merrier. First round's on me.
Kisten sammeln. So. Wo ist der Questgeber? Ich muss mit ihm reden. Ach Mensch, du bist es. Die gute Ningguang. Ich mag die.
I have gathered everyone here today to make an important announcement.
Du, ich weiß, was es für eine Ankündigung ist. Sie sagt, sie möchte jetzt auf Abenteuer gehen und wird sich deswegen als C6 direkt mir anschließen mit ihrer besten Waffe und optimal ausgerüstet.
Perhaps some of you will have heard the news already. I am, in fact, planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber.
Das ist jetzt nicht das, was ich erwartet habe, aber okay.
Rebuild the Jade Chamber? That's a huge project.
So the rumors are true. No wonder the price of building materials has gone up so much lately.
The Jade Chamber means a lot to Lady Ningguang. Getting involved in this would be a huge opportunity.
Lady Ningguang, is there any way we can be of service?
Patience. Since the news made it out a few days ago, I have already had many people contacting me to declare an interest in joining the project. Nevertheless, I do have a few matters I should like to entrust to you here today. The building site has been chosen, and most of the materials have been assembled. 3 key items are, however, still outstanding. They are as follows: Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils.
Excuse my ignorance, Lady Ningguang. I'm familiar enough with Plostrite, but I've never even heard of those other two.
Das hat sie sich auch alles ausgedacht. Die Dinger gibt's gar nicht. Die will nur die Leute beschäftigt halten.
Only sufficiently large pieces of Plostrite, or specifically Vermilionite, may earn themselves the Sunset moniker. This stone is what allows the Jade Chamber to float. Wonder Cores, meanwhile, are the central components of the mechanical structure of the Jade Chamber. Adepti Sigils serve as a means of integrating the mechanical devices with Adepti art. They are as indispensable as the mechanical core itself. Although these 3 items are rare, I trust that with your connections and capabilities, procuring them will not be a question of if, but of when. I take the saying, time is money, more seriously than most. Efficiency is everything. I will pay a generous price for the materials that you find, and in addition, the first 3 people who collect all the materials will have the opportunity to ask me a question.
Gab's da eigentlich jemals so einen, der gesagt hat, der wirklich diese Möglichkeit hatte und einfach Ningguang um die Hand angehalten hat? Bei Ningguang? Das wäre eigentlich mal interessant. So einfach nur so just for fun. So, du darfst mir eine Frage stellen. Das ist ja egal welche.
You may ask me anything.
Siehst du?
And I will give you an honest answer. I trust that this means of compensation will be to everyone's satisfaction.
Was auch immer die Frage ist.
These things won't be easy to get hold of. But if it means a chance to get some inside information on Liyue Harbor's development plan for next year...
Then it's the deal of a lifetime. Information from Lady Ningguang is priceless. Whoever gets to it first takes the market.
Haha, what a coincidence. I won't divulge too much, but I heard some murmurings about some Plostrite just the other day. So excuse me all, but I have some business to do.
Das ist eine attraktive junge Frau und der denkt nur an Profit.
No. We better move quickly, or this opportunity will be snatched away from us.
Ja, Konkurrenz belebt das Geschäft.
Ningguang's rebuilding the Jade Chamber? This is a huge deal! Let's get involved!
So you heard my announcement, did you? What do you think? Interested?
Ist es wirklich möglich, alles zu fragen?
Yes. Providing the question pertains to something I am knowledgeable about.
Vielleicht kann ich etwas über meinen Bruder herausfinden, was irgendwie ein bisschen seltsam wäre, wenn du die Antwort darüber kennen würdest. Okay.
Really? Ooh, then Paimon will ask you about how to run a business! Then we'll never be short of Mora ever again.
Paimon mal wieder. Nur Geld, Futter und Schatzsuche im Kopf.
Of course. But how much information I share with you will depend on your performance. The construction of the Jade Chamber requires a great deal of space. The abandoned mine outside the Golden House has been selected as the building site. Once you have collected the materials, please take them there. I have other business to attend to now. Otherwise, I would gladly escort you to the site in person. When you do arrive, please seek out my secretary.
Ich habe andere Verpflichtungen und kann dich dort nicht begleiten. Bist du sicher, Ningguang? Bist du dir da sicher? Ich wette, du kannst, wenn ich es will.
Remember, this is a race against the clock. A rare opportunity presents itself to you. Do not let somebody else snatch it from your grasp.
Ningguang seems super busy. Come on, we'd better get going. First, we gotta get out of Eugene Terrace. Huh? Look! It seems like there's something kind of fishy going on over there.
Ma'am, you seem like an eminent and distinguished young lady to me. I can see that you're easily gonna win this procurement contest Lady Ningguang has set up. As it happens, we have some information about the materials that I really think might interest you. Come on, let's find somewhere a little more private, and we can get down to brass tacks.
No, I don't need it.
Ah, don't be like that. Hey, come on, don't go! Why don't you stand there after her? Oh, right, yeah.
Was haben die beiden denn vor? Duftes Mädel schreitet zur Start,
Did you hear
nachdem
that?
wir diese Pflanzen
They
eingesammelt
had
haben
some useful information.
und hier hochgeklettert sind.
Just what we need right now. Let's follow them and see what we can find out.
Diese magnetischen und anziehenden Wände. Das ist... Oh, guck mal da hinten. Sollte den ganzen Kram hier einfach mitnehmen. Einfach, weil... Man weiß nie, wann wir hier nochmal vorbeikommen werden. Und gegebenenfalls Glaslilien benötigen. Da drüben. Achso, noch mehr davon. Klatsch. Ernsthaft. Geht doch. Ach, was ist das denn für eine doofe Stelle hier? Das war jetzt hart knapp. Das war eine richtige Falle. So, wir spielen Batman. Wir lauern hier oben auf den. Auf die. Seid ihr? Ich bin Batman. Wäre eigentlich auch mal eine Idee. Das ist doch...
Here.
So hier, Arkham Knight oder sowas. Hallo, ihr beiden Komischen. Ich bin euch gefolgt.
Well, will you look at that, ma'am? Nowhere left to run.
Ich glaube, da wird gleich jemand verprügelt und das ist nicht die Frau.
Don't worry, we're not bad guys. You give us some mora, we give you a little info. Everybody's a winner.
Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Look at her, the white hair, the energy she gives off. I'm telling you, there's something different about her.
So what? She's loaded. How are we ever going to repay those gambling debts if we just let money walk away from us, huh?
I've already told you. I don't need your information.
Also, wenn die weißen Haare das einzige Problem sind, ja, ich würde mal eher über die Augenfarbe diskutieren.
If you still can't grasp that, I'm happy to repeat it in a way that won't be so easy to forget.
Come on, ma'am. You seem like an intelligent lady. I shouldn't have to spell this out to you. It's not about whether you need the info or not, okay? It's about you taking out your money and handing it over and nobody getting hurt.
I won't.
No more excuses! I know you have money. I saw you. Yeah, I saw you. Strolling into Leo Lee Pavilion, ordering a table full of food, and only taking a few bites. Then Shinyu at kiosk, then Wanmin restaurant. Same story each time. You order all the signature dishes, take a few bites, then you're on your way again.
Das ist normal für Restaurantprüfer. Wisst ihr, wie rund und kugelig die sind, wenn die jedes Menü, was die bestellen, vollständig aufessen müssen? Dann hast du hier so eine Armada aus Wildecker Herzbuben. Du merkst nicht mal, dass das ein Lebensmittelprüfer ist. Nein, so ein Restaurantprüfer ist. Ja, nein, du merkst es sofort, weil er nicht reingewandert kommt, sondern reingerollt. Der rollt sich dann auch aus seinem Anzug und sagt dann, schrauben Sie es vom Boden auf.
How could you afford to be so wasteful if you weren't from a rich family? And since you're so rich, what's the loss to you in giving us a little spare
Kritiker,
change,
Restaurantkritiker, danke.
Master warned me not to lay a hand on anyone in Liyue Harbor. But here we are. Perhaps. Yes. Let's call it fate.
Boss, I'm telling you, something's not right.
Ey. Mr. Obvious. Sollte das nächste Mal in Flammen vor dir aufgehen, bevor du es raffst.
What are you afraid of? We're just selling information. It's not illegal. If she lays a finger on us, all the better. We'll sue her for everything she's worth.
Diese Typen kaufen und verkaufen mit Gewalt. Ich glaube, das mag Liebe nicht.
Oh, you again.
Millilith? What are the Millilith doing here? Did you do this? You ought to mind your own business, I swear!
Silence! How dare you threaten innocent civilians? You're coming with us.
No, don't be angry, sir. Please, let me explain.
Tja, ich würde sagen, Pech gehabt. Tja, alles in Ordnung?
Shenhe.
Shenhe?
Shenhe?
My name.
Achso.
Oh, so your name's Shenhe. Paimon's name is, well, Paimon. And this is Paimon's travel buddy.
Das ist gelogen, du Notproviant. Du bist mein Travel Buddy.
Oh, I've heard about you two before. Thank you for helping to defuse the situation. I could have dealt with it myself, though. I suspect smashing his head against the ground a handful of times is all it would have taken to get him to surrender.
Das sage ich auch immer. Deswegen, ich bin ein Kantenfetischist. Man kann alle Probleme mit Kanten lösen. Geht jemand auf den Sack? Kopf an die Kante. Geht irgendwas nicht auf? Ab gegen die Kante. Geht's dir richtig schlecht? Bringt dir die Kante voll.
Island. This is Lila Harbor. There are laws against that kind of stuff, you know.
Laws.
Laws. I'm the law. Hast du noch nichts von den Gesetzen hier gehört, Shen? Hä?
No, apparently not.
Really? So, how exactly have you...
Ja, gute Frage. Warum hat die eigentlich eine Maske? Oh oh, da knurrt was. Das scheint irgendein Geräusch zu sein. Irgendjemand hat hier Magengrummeln.
That would be my stomach growling. I haven't eaten enough.
She's so honest. Wait, that's right. They said you went around all the restaurants ordering this and that and the other, but only took a small bite of each dish. Then of course you're still hungry. So, anything in particular you're hungry for?
Chingson, glaze lily, violet grass. These are my usuals.
Das klingt sehr gesund. Vor allem die Glaslilien.
Medicinal herbs?
Kinda hard to explain. Anyway, Boo Pharmacy's not far away. Let's take Shenhe there for a big medicinal meal. After all, you can't work on an empty stomach.
So sieht's aus. Nehmen wir sie einfach mit.
Think Shenhe might be an adeptus?
Wie kommst du denn darauf?
Seems like it's her first time in Liyue Harbor, and she doesn't seem to get how things work here. If she is an adeptus, that would explain everything.
Nebenbei war das auch
Where
so.
does she fit in with the other adepti, though? Paimon's super curious.
Das war auch mein erster Gedanke gerade so. Die ist ziemlich seltsam. Klingt nach einem Adepten.
Are you here to buy some herbs? I do hope you brought your prescription.
Chingson, glaze lily, and violet grass, please. Half a pound of each.
What kind of prescription is this? Sounds more like a lunch order. Oh, here you go. That's everything we have in stock.
Thank you.
Das ist kein halbes Pfund.
She's really eating them.
My hunger has now abated. Thank you.
War's denn lecker?
Rather awful.
Was? Aber warum ist...
Though they were not completely devoid of sweet fragrance. After consuming a large quantity of them, bitterness is all that remains.
Aber warum isst du das dann, wenn es dir nicht schmeckt?
So, how come you chow down on these and barely touch the restaurant food? If Paimon had enough mora, Paimon would go to the fanciest restaurant in town and order a whole table of food and eat it all in one go.
Because I'm not sure whether I will remain here in the future. The food of the mortal realm is most delicious, but should I return to the mountains, yearning for the food here shall only pose an obstacle to my continued spiritual development. Sampling each dish in order to appreciate its taste is enough.
Return to the mountains. That proves it. Paimon knew she was an adeptus.
Enough about me. What are your plans from here?
Oh, right! Paimon almost forgot. We came out to take part in the Rebuild the Jade Chamber competition. And now we're probably super behind because we've been held up for so long.
I see. I heard something about the contest when I was passing by.
Yep! You get to ask Ningguang any question you want if you win! Were you interested in the contest too, Shenhe?
Ich fand die Übersetzung gerade ziemlich schwach. Du kannst sie alles fragen. Und dann in der deutschen Übersetzung, du kannst alles von ihr verlangen. Wait a moment. Das stand so nicht in der Beschreibung.
I came for the rebuilding of the Jade Chamber, but until this point I had no intention of joining a contest. However, you have shown me your kindness, and I would now like to lend you my assistance. Oh, don't worry. I ask for nothing in return.
Wow! You really don't have to. But having an adeptus help out will make things a whole lot easier, so...
Naja, du bist herzlich willkommen.
Then let's not delay. I have a plan.
Great! Paimon bets this is gonna be the awesomest plan ever!
I am not sure whether or to what extent this plan can be classified as awesome. I do, however, believe it will be highly effective.
Wenn die jetzt gleich noch Vulkanisch spricht, ist alles gut.
We simply need to dispose of everyone who is currently ahead of us. Then, we alone shall become the victors.
Veto! That is not acceptable! Not by a long shot!
Ich finde die Idee gut.
Really? But I hear that competition is in essence about conflict and one-upmanship.
Look, we want to win this competition fair and square, okay? Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils. Let's start at the top of the list and work down. So, for Plastrite...
I was wondering who I could hear arguing over there. So, it's you.
Baishu, what are you doing out here?
Lady Ningguang wishes to purchase a large batch of wound dressing. We're running low at the store, so I came out to fetch the ingredients personally.
Huh? How come Lady Ningguang needs so much wound dressing all of a sudden?
Ich wollte gerade sagen, mein Avatar spricht einfach den Dialog mit. Wie ulkig ist das denn? Das muss ich mal gleich mal ein bisschen korrigieren. Aber das ist ja... Na dann. Mal schauen, wen als nächstes sie imitiert.
I'm not too sure. I did hear she's looking to rebuild the Jade Chamber. Maybe for its first aid on site? I didn't ask, though. Far be it from me to pry into my customers' personal affairs. Oh, and she also borrowed Chi-Chi. Meaning Boo Boo Pharmacy is very short-handed right now. I don't suppose any of you are looking for part-time work by any chance?
No, we've got other stuff to do. While you're here though, you seem to know a lot. Have you ever heard of something called Sunset Vermilionite?
Ah, the variety of Plastrite used in the Jade Chamber, yes? There is some mention of it in the Seven Mountain Treatises. When activated, Sunset Vermilionite rises up all the way into the clouds. It's very rare indeed. As far as the records show, virtually all Sunset Vermilionite in existence has been mined and taken possession of. But the Feiyun Commerce Guild would know far more about this than I do.
Okay then, let's go ask at the Feiyun Commerce Guild. Thanks, Baishu.
Ich kann nichts anderes als meinem Avatar beim
Good
Labern
luck to you
zugucken.
all. And if there's anything further you need from me, just come to the Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Gucken wir doch mal. Tatsache, das ist ein ganz anderes. Guckt sich das da mal einer an. Mit der Grün, mit dem Pflanzendude. Der kann sicherlich ganz schön viel Gift spucken. Ich finde das total ulkig. Dass mein Avatar einfach mit den, ja, mit den Synchros einfach mitlabert. Super weird.
Master Xingqiu, thank goodness you're finally back.
Es ist aber wirklich so. Passt auf, aber ich sag jetzt wirklich nichts. Ich mute sogar noch mein Mikrofon. Passt auf.
Oh, why do I detect an urgency in your voice?
The guild has had a whole string of strange orders in recently. Everyone's been completely caught off guard.
Also, das wird mich jetzt nicht mehr loslassen, ne? Warum habt ihr das... Warum? Warum habt ihr mir das gesagt? Nee, da muss ich mal ganz kurz... muss ich mal wegen den Soundeinstellungen mal schauen. Da kann sein, dass der ein bisschen zu viel von den Inputquellen mitnimmt. Und dabei dann halt eben auch die Videosequenzen mit reingeschnitten werden als Blabla. Keine Ahnung.
Your father gave me specific instructions to ask you to stay and help out if I happen to see you.
I see. Have someone sort the orders by type for now. I'll deal with them myself shortly.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you, Master. With you on the job, I can breathe a sigh of relief.
Hey, Xingqiu! Glad you're here. We want to ask you for some information.
Traveler, Paimon, please wait a moment. Shu, I need to entertain some guests. Please continue with your work for the time being, and we'll discuss the matter of the guild's orders in more detail later on.
Understood, Master Xingqiu. Then I will leave you in peace.
I wasn't counting on finding you here today. What's going on? And how, pray tell, may I be of service?
Xingqiu, have you ever heard of sunset vermilionite?
Oh, I see. So you've entered Lady Ningguang's contest as well.
As well? Do you mean...
The truth is, the Feiyun Commerce Guild is in possession of some sunset vermilionite, but only one piece. We are holding it on behalf of someone who has asked us to put it up for auction, and a lot of interested parties have already come to us inquiring about the price. At the end of the day, it all comes down to supply and demand. In this case, I'm guessing the final transaction price may be in excess of 500 million mora.
500 million?!
Honestly, I would recommend that you don't bother bidding on this one. The price is greatly inflated, and it's just not worth it.
But without any sunset vermilionite...
Don't panic. I don't suppose you ever heard of Sea Gazer?
Who?
Nö, von dem höre ich auch zum ersten Mal.
Oh, Sea Gazer was once very close to Mountain Shaper, but if I am not mistaken, he has already passed away.
Yes, precisely. I didn't know anyone else knew about him. According to records of drifting clouds, Sea Gazer once built an abode to store his rarest and most exquisite treasures, among which was some sunset vermilionite. After Sea Gazer passed, the abode was abandoned, and its location was lost to time. Luckily, I came into possession of a stack of folk history books just recently. They make some oblique references to this lost abode, and after cross-referencing them against each other, I'm now fairly certain that it is situated in the Lisha area.
That's great! But is it really okay for us to just go and take his treasure?
Jetzt muss ich mal die Frage stellen, war das nicht eine Sache vom Legendenauftrag von nee, Quatsch, das war die Adeptin des Salzes. Das war meine Göttin.
Wouldn't it be a little, disrespectful with him being an adeptus?
You needn't worry. As far as I understand, Sea Gazer was very open-minded. Even while he was alive, he wouldn't have let something like this bother him.
Open-minded? I have not heard of Sea Gazer being described in this way before. May I ask where you read that?
Just a rumor I heard out in the mountains. All right then, let's go.
There's something about this young lady that reminds me of a good friend of mine. Oh, I almost forgot. Adepti abodes tend to have very ingenious designs, especially when it comes to their defense mechanisms. Plus, it's likely to be crawling with monsters after being abandoned for so long. So please, be very careful.
Okay, we will be. Thanks, Xingqiu.
Ja, wir werden immer vorsichtig sein. Vorsicht ist unser zweiter Vorname, das wissen wir doch. So. Oder? Ich und unvorsichtig? Seit wann? Ich gehe immer in ganz, ganz vorsichtig vor. Besonders wenn wir sneakige Aufträge haben. Dann schaffe ich es immer ausgezeichnet zu sneaken. Ihr wisst es. So, bevor wir hier aber weiterlaufen, eine kleine Pause und ich gucke mir mal an, was eigentlich mit meinem komischen Avatar los ist, während ich nicht hingucke. Bis gleich.